What's up, guys? It's Real Pain coming to you with another figure review. Today I'm gonna have a look at the POKKEN tournament variable action heroes Lucario. Okay, that wasn't even close to his noise, but you know what a Lucario noise is. Just look it up. It's out there on the internet. So this is the new version. I say that because I already have the SH Figure Arts version, which came out a while ago. I'm gonna have that for comparison in, but this is based on POKKEN tournament. What that means really is that it's a lot more realistic, and what that means is that it's like, you know, you have the textured fur, and that's basically it. I mean, I don't really see anything else. How do you make something like that realistic? You can't. It's a Pokemon. But anyway, I'm gonna have a look at it. I'm also very interested in it because this is the first time for me of getting one of these variable action heroes. But yeah. Lucario, go into battle. Realism. First thing I did realize, the color scheme seems a lot more muted than like the SH Figures, which I will have for comparison in here later. And if my camera is kind of freaking out, I don't know what it is. It's like you can tell it's kind of like orangey in the back. I've had the problem when I have something a little bit more bluish, some more cool colors going on, that the camera is kind of like, oh, I should warm it up. So fuck you, camera. I'm thinking about getting a new one, but just for the record, I know it's kind of yellowing and I can't really do anything about it. Sorry, guys. Now back to the figure review and all the jazz going on. First of all, size of this guy, he is very small, and I like that. He's a Pokemon, he's a Lucario. I want to see if he's more in scale with the SH Figure Arts, because that one wasn't. That one wasn't in scale, actually. So, to the top of his ears, he stands about 11.5 centimeters, which means he's 4'6" inches or something like that. Something around there. Of course, you have the textured fur going on all throughout his body. He has pretty cool looking eyes. And a little bit of molded detail in the mouth, which is painted to make it more pop. The collar looks, there's a little bit of unclean going on in the line over there, but that's, I'm zoomed in quite a bit, just for the record. I mean, I get that when people are like, oh, this doesn't look clean at all and whatnot. You know, it's zoomed in very far, so calm down, boys. The one thing I'm kind of meh on is the shading. They actually did some black shading going on all throughout here, and like really in the legs down there, you got that going on. I don't really care for that. I don't think it's done very well, and it's just kind of random. Let's have a look at the articulation, because I don't really know about these dudes, about these variable action heroes. I don't know why it's an action hero, it's a Pokemon. But yeah, as you can tell, the head rotates around, has very limited motion, has wiggle motion, and just back and forth. That's all you got. The ears, they're just kind of like plasticky, but they do not have anything. They don't have any ball joints. You can move them around, but they don't really stay in place, and they will probably break off. As you can tell, there's already the white shining through, so I wouldn't really play around too much with that. So that's no good. At the shoulders, we have a ball joint with a peg connected to the arm. And at the elbow, you can kind of just go up like that. There's not really that much. I mean, also rotates around, also of course rotates around at the shoulder, because there's a peg, and you can always rotate that around. And then the paw has nothing going on, and I think his tail fell off. This has come out of the packaging. This is out of the pack. I took him out of the packaging. Hadn't even touched him yet, and this ball joint was already disconnected. So that's no good. I don't like that. So that ball is already ruined, basically. It's not really performing well. But since we're at it, it has a cut ball joint, as you can tell, so you can rotate that around and turn it all the way like clockwork. At the chest, we have the big ball. Just, it doesn't really look super appealing. You get some good motion out of it though. Then we have the legs, which have this, whatever the hell this is. I mean, what is it? I never seen something like that. I don't want to pull anything out. But anyway, there's a joint in there. It's connected, so you can rotate that. I mean, it's more like a hinge. You can move that up and down, and then it also rotates around at this piece, at this weird piece, and you can just move the leg up and down, and it can kind of rotate it back into place. So it can kind of, it's more like old school SH figure arts, where you kind of pull the leg out and you have more motion, more room to wiggle around with it, and then you pull it back in. But you can still get good motion out of it. Then we have the knees, which has a ball, nice little ball joint over here. Moves back and forth nicely and rotates around, and the foot doesn't really get, I mean, it goes, it has a weird squishy noise already. But yeah, that's not super great. Anyhow, now the background goes white again. See, because I'm not focused on the blue. My camera doesn't like blue anymore. Fuck my camera. But yeah, it's the articulation for this Lucario. But let's have a look at his accessories. First, we got some different paws, because you need some different paws for your action poses, for your fighting poses. He has these open paw hands for holding his staff, which I'll get to. Then you have kind of like the more palm thrusting, I don't know, you know, karate, martial arts stuff. You got that. You also got different eyes, which I'm kind of disappointed that he doesn't have a different head, where maybe the eyes would have looked to the side, and you know, with an open mouth, maybe like a yelling face, but whatever. Here you got the staff for your hands. Let's see how well he holds it. Yeah, it's in there very stiff. So that's kind of like a light blue going into translucent plastic, just like see-through. Then you have a Kamehameha, or Aura Sphere, or whatever the hell you want to call it. This actually looks pretty cool. I like the fact that they put like a white dot in there. And it's very, very highly detailed. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's cool. Also has a peg hole for, I mean, to put it on the base, which we'll get to again. And you kind of have this kind of spinny move. And then we got the base. Plasticky base. It's super plasticky, actually. You got like the Pokemon trademarks and stuff going on there, and you have the little base to put in your energy effects, and you have a lot of option parts of that. You have, of course, your regular claw to hold your Lucario, and then you have the ones for the little base, so you can pose your energy effects, your this one and this one. There's actually quite a few options there. You got like an angled one, a short one, a longer one, and a super long one, so you can really play around with that. That's cool that they give you a lot of options for that. And finally, a comparison with the Figure Arts, who is a lot taller, as you can tell. Colors are a lot more, I mean a lot. It seems more vibrant on this one. It's a lot more light blue, more, you know, kind of more shiny. It kind of pops more. Anyhow, as far as which one I like better, I don't really know. I mean, I really like this one because he's a Pokemon and he's smaller. I think this one was too tall. And he has the ears. The only real difference, the biggest difference in articulation is that this one has the ears, and as you can see, mine is already loose. Yeah, articulation over here was pretty limited. He has a bit of a longer neck, so more room, more range in the head. And he also has like the paws that are articulated, but he doesn't come with his staff. Also, it's just a hinge, so it's not really super great. But yeah, overall, I mean, he's got a lot more going on in the knees. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Overall, right now, I like the new one a little bit better because I was never a huge fan of the SH Figure Arts Lucario, especially since he was too tall. Alrighty then, time for the final thoughts. What do I think about this figure? It's good. I don't think it's a must-have, but it's you know, it's a nice addition to your Pokemon collection, and I think he will be a little bit more in scale with your SH Figure Arts, Charizard and stuff, and comes with a lot more options than the old SH Figure Arts Lucario. And like I said, I like the realistic style of the textured, and the paint job is meh. I'm not really sure on that. I don't really care too much about the shading, but overall, it's a good figure, and I do recommend it, although I don't think it's an absolute must-have. It's not blowing me away, that's basically what I'm saying. So as usual, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I apologize for my camera freaking out. I can't really fix it. I've tried to fix it, but anyway, it's gonna be like that for now, until I decide to get another one. But anyway, as usual, guys, don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like, and maybe subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Lucario wants. That's still not the noise. Okay, I can't do it, fuck it. Goodbye!